Boom, boom. This is kind of everybody. Welcome back to the channel. All right, we got a little bit of Azur on tap today. So I just logged on from the update, and it popped up with a Magi-chan. Popped up as an item found. So it looks like we're going to get a free character here, a battle cruiser. So looking pretty good. She's got that little lolly type look going on there. So let's see exactly what we got here. Confirm. Yeah, we're going to log in. So it looks like to be a good ship. So I'm not exactly sure. So we'll see what position she takes in the game here. So the Daedalian hymn is up. As I mentioned in the video yesterday, this is going to be the chance to get Vittorio Veneto. She is the actual flagship. So we a little bit surprised. We weren't thinking that it was going to actually involve her because they had a call to arms event for the Northern Fleet here, I think like 2 months ago, last month, the month before that, and they did not give us Sovietskaya Soyuz, which is the flagship of the Northern Fleet. They did not give her to us in that event, so we were thinking that since this was another call to arms event just for the Daedalian Empire, that we were not going to get Vittorio, but it turns out that they did last week sort of hit that Vittorio was going to come, but we sort of thought they might be pulling our leg, but apparently they are not pulling our leg. Vittorio Veneto has been dropped, so we do have the actual flagship. So this is a standard event. Okay, if you did the Northern Parliament, Northern Fleet event, then this is the same thing. You got your build. Here's Vittorio. She's a flagship. We've got a Kia. A Kia is aircraft carrier. Now, we were pretty sure that they were going to drop either a Kia or a Sparvario because those were the two aircraft carriers that were under construction by the Daedalian Empire before the armistice was signed in 1943. Again, I believe that was September. Don't hold me to that, but I think it was September 1943 is when the armistice was signed. Kia was still under construction. Same thing happened with the Iron Blood fleet. We got Graf Zeppelin. Graf Zeppelin was released. She was an SR aircraft carrier as well, German, but she was also under construction and she never launched either. So we were hoping that they were going to give us a Kia or Sparvario, and they were going to give us an SR aircraft carrier just to make the fleet stronger, and they have in fact done that. So we do have her now. So these are all the ships that we've got. We've got Mistral, we've got Abruzzi. So Abruzzi, Kia, and Veneto are ISR ships. Then we got Lebeccio, we got Nicholas D'Oreca. We do have a sub in here too. Where is the sub at? The sub might be available in the shop. Let's check and see in the shop. Yeah, I'm working on Seattle right now. Shop, munitions. No, not the sub. So where is the sub? Sub must be in one of the events. Let's see if we can find her at one of the events. Right here she is. So you can get a Torricelli, standard check reward. So I assume that she's going to be available at 10,000 would be my assumption. And yes, there she is at 10,000. And of course you can proceed forward to get more copies. You just have to play that and collect the rewards. Now as you play the game, as you do these sorties, you will get the symbol of the Renaissance medallions. These can be used here to purchase stuff in the store. We do have an SR ship here, Abruzzi. So you want to make sure that you know, she's in the build. So, but if you build her, you don't need to buy her, and you could use the symbols of Renaissance on other stuff like getting the blueprints and stuff for the ships. But so you want to wait off until the last minute. Don't go getting 8,000 symbol of Renaissance points and then snatching up Abruzzi. Wait until the end of the event, until the build has closed. That way, if you don't build her, then you can purchase her. You have an extra 7 days after the event to complete for the chat screen. So if you're familiar with the events, if you're not familiar with the events, then here's what happens. So basically, as you complete the build and you get the ships, the key to get the actual chat screen, which is right here, the Pride of Sardinia, you need 3,400 points. Okay, so they've cranked it up a little bit. It's usually 3,000. It's now going to be 3,400, and I think that's because there's more ships in this event than there was in a Northern Fleet ship event, so they have more ships, so they have increased this a little bit. And what you need to do is you need to actually fully limit break those ships. Okay? And as you fully limit break these ships, you will get the points. Okay? Fully limit break it, Kia, Torricelli, Mastro, Libeco, Reco. Okay? So that's the way to get some points. Now, if they've also interested these points. Now, if you participated in phase 1, which is for Gloucester, Nelson, Aurora, and Vittorio, if you leveled them up, you can fully limit break them and use them in these A2C2 for Gloucester, A3C3 for Nelson, B2D2 for Aurora, and B3D3 for Vittorio. You can get some excess points. And these points are here specifically in case you come up short in the build. If you don't build, building is, it's not guaranteed. So there's a possibility you're not going to get all the ships in the build. Okay, if you don't get them, you can't fully limit break them, so you can't get the points for that. So they've given you a little buffer here to get 200, 400, 600, and 900 points. So here's a chance to get 900 points, so that if you come up a little bit short on a couple of these ships, like these two are 800, if you don't get either two of these ships, you can still get the chat screen because you'll still have enough points to complete it. Okay, so that's what it is. So those are buffer points, in case you don't, in case your build doesn't happen. Okay, so that's what those are for. You can get Torricelli from here, so you definitely want to participate in this. Get 10,000 of the Renaissance symbols of Renaissance to get her. Young Technicians Learning. This here is a Magi-chan. Remember when I showed you at the beginning of the video that you got an actual the Magi-chan? You got her for free. This is for this event. So you need to clear normal stages, and you can use the event stages and earn trust. And then, if you put a Magi in your fleet, you earn 2 times trust. And you complete all the missions to have her join you. So what happens is basically you have to get to 1,000 trust. So what that means is you have a Magi-chan. They had an event like this for Renown a while back, but you have to get the trust to keep a Magi-chan, which means you'll lose a Magi-chan when the actual event ends if you didn't get enough trust to have her stay with you. So where's a Magi-chan at? She should be in here somewhere. Where's a Magi-chan? You might not be able to see her in your dock. Where is a Magi-chan? She should be Sakura Empire. So let's see here. Confirm. She shouldn't be leveled up. She should be pretty low level right now. I don't think they'd have her fully leveled up. Yeah, you can't. I don't think you can see her in here unless they gave her like level 40 or something. Sometimes they give you a level. She has some levels to her, so you can start using her immediately. But with Renown, I think Renown started out at 0. So there's a Magi. There's a Magi-chan. Yes, they have given it to her. So she just did first. Okay. So as you can see, she's listed as an NPC at level 1. Okay. So basically, you need to get 1,000 trust. Once you get 1,000 trust, you'll be able to get a Magi-chan for real, and she won't be an NPC. She'll be an actual ship that you can use. Right now, she's just an NPC, 2-star epic. So you need to, do the daily event for her. Basically, it's a 7-day event, okay, until 4/28. So basically, each day you need to earn some, earn as much trust as you can with her until you get you should not have any trouble. Trust me. These events are usually very generous. If you just do the event, because you can get it from the event stages. You'll get her. You shouldn't have any trouble snatching her up. And she's, cute little ship, so you might want to do that. And in the call to arms, this is about the chat screen. So everything is up. So let's take a look at the actual sortie. So right here, this event, and it'll start out with everything. So the conference hall. All right, Maestro. Okay, the other faction representatives have finally left. She's definitely got a speech impediment there. Oh, she's talking with her mouth full. So, okay, so here she is. So this is Victoria. See, that was the thing in the other event, in the Call to Arms Northern Fleet event. It's the opening narrative screen here story mentioned that Sovetskaya Soyuz was in Moscow talking with the Moscow government. So she was away at the time. So that's why they did not offer her. Okay. So now in this event, you can right away see the difference. Vittorio is actually here. So that's why they're actually offering us her in the build, is because she's involved in the story. So same thing happened with Bismarck. Bismarck was the flagship for the Iron Blood fleet, but Bismarck was offered to us in the event. So she was in the event, and it was an event, sort of like designed around her. So I think this event's going to be sort of designed around Vittorio to get that. So that is interesting. So yeah, she is. It looks like she's going to be in the event. So it looks like that she must have been. She did come back, so she might have been somewhere. She might have been talking with her government. Okay. So here it is. I've already forwarded the relevant information. I'm on the page. Mm-hmm. During the last reenactment, we engaged with ships from both Sardinia and the Royal Navy. The Royal Navy confirmed the fractures between us and the Azur land. Consequently, Sardinia continued to side with the Crimson Axis under the advisement of the Senate. We continued to communicate with different factions and kept a particularly close eye on the Iron Blood. At the Iron Blood's behest, Carabinieri went to one of their facilities and was given an exhibition of Iron Blood technology related to their research in the Mirror Seas. Also, Lady Veneto gained some insight based upon the development of siren movements in the North Atlantic Ocean and the Mediterranean. A treaty was forged for a joint operation among the major naval powers, and a summit was held for that purpose. Furthermore, we know that the commander has returned to the Eagle Union following a lengthy stay in the Northern Parliament. We are currently spearheading a counter offensive against the Siren forces. This is the end of the situation regarding the current state of the Sardinian Navy. Now we await your orders, Lady Vittorio Veneto, eternal flagship of Sardinia. So this is where we're at right now. So if you watched the last event, A Call to Arms in Northern Fleet, that's where that was the final event where we were in the Northern Fleet, and they moved. We returned. We're the commander, of course. So we returned back to the Eagle Union. So we're back at the Azur Land headquarters, and here is the fleet. So this is its standard setup. A1, A2, A3, B1, B2, B3 is the normal. C1, C2, 3, so D1, D2, D3 is hard mode, and then the EX mode is after that. You want to try to get to EX if you can. It's just really fun to do the EX level. It's really difficult to beat. It's always a joy because you have to mix and you have to min-max your fleet. Usually you can't do it with one fleet. You actually have to min-max your most powerful ships to create a fleet that is capable of beating the boss on that. So it's really a really fun level, but it's a lot of work to get to it. You've got to 3-star everything and clear all the levels all the way up to A1, A2, all of them. So I try to clear one. I try to 3-star one and get started on the next one each day. And doing that usually gives me a couple of days to play around with the EX mode. But yeah, so this is up. So definitely want to do it. Again, go for these Renaissance symbols here to get the ships. Like I say, don't purchase a Brucey as of yet. Wait until the end of the event. Okay. Now to get that chat screen, after the event ends, you'll have 7 days to complete these missions. These event missions, which is fully limit break. These will not disappear when the sortie ends. Okay. So in 7 days, the sortie event, which is the event screens, are going to disappear. So you need to get all the symbol of Renaissance as you can within the next couple of weeks. Okay. And then after that, you want to start focusing. You'll have 7 more days after that sortie closes to actually complete this, because they do that because if at the end of the build in 2 weeks, you might get a ship on the last day. You're not going to have time to build that ship and limit break it, before, since the event is in, the sorties are closing that day. So they give you an extra 7 days to actually limit break the ships and get them up. Okay. But you can't earn these if you want to do these, you have to do these now. Okay. Because these events, the A, B, C, and D, they will close in 2 weeks. So if you're going to do these and you want to get the buffer, you got to go ahead and do these now. Okay, but you should have already had them if you're going to do the event and go for that chat screen. You should already have them limit broke. Okay, I have them almost. I have them they're almost at like 60 or something like that. I was just going to use them in the event, even though you don't get the 20% experience which you got from the last week's event. So that's where we're set. So let's go ahead and take a look. Get in there and build these. There's a lot of ships. We got 3 SRs. You definitely want to get a Brucey, Veneto, and a Kia. And then these destroyers, like I said in my last video, not a whole lot of meta for destroyers, but it is what it is. So this is the event. Nothing new in terms of anything unusual. Standard limit break format. So get in there and knock it out. Event duration is going to be running until 5/5, so that's roughly 2 weeks. So you've got plenty of time. Just try to do as much as you can each day, and focus on using those ships once you've got them fully limit broke to do that, and of course focus on the Imagi-chan event. But you shouldn't have any trouble with this as you do it. You should earn the trust, and then once you get 1,000 trust, you get her. And she's a cute little ship, so that'll work out good here. Mail, you're going to have standard things. You got the maintenance, so some combat logs, which can be used to upgrade equipment. You got a little bit of oil, and then of course the sodas that they always give you for the maintenance. 10. This is that's something I haven't cleared that. I held on to it from the last event because I didn't need it. Then it's going to put it forward in this event. Because I always run low. There's always a day, usually about the 3rd day or 4th day in the event, my oil is so low that I really can't do much anything. So I always need a little bit of oil. So now I've got 2 sets of 6,000 oil, which will help alleviate the crush that you get with the oil sometimes. So that'll help out a little bit. But yeah, so the Daedalian hymn is up. Ships are up. Get in there, start building away. You would definitely want to get Veneto Vittorio, who's the flagship. And once we start getting the ships, I'll do some more videos. We'll take a look and see what kind of stats we're looking for. And we'll see how good they're going to be. You can get a fairly decent idea based on the skill set, but you really can't determine how effective they're going to be to actually start utilizing them. So, I give a tentative take a look at them and say what I think, whether or not they're going to be good. Prime example of them not being good was Strasser. We all knew she was going to have some type of slow in her skill set, and she did, but it never procs. So it's basically useless, which is why you don't see her used in any of the higher end fleets. Just an example of a good ship that didn't quite pan out with what they wanted, with what we wanted it to be. So things do change. All right, so yeah, we'll have another video after I've got a few of the ships, and we'll take a look at them. We'll go through the ships and see if everything's good. All right, I just want to give you that. The event is up and it is live, so get in there and knock it out. So this is Kenrir coming at you from the corner, signing out.